Hey guys, Tim here, aka FCFan21, bring you week 7 already of the Sunny Shore Battle Federation West Coast Division National Decks. This week we take on Blooper, coach of the New York Alolaners. We are currently at 10th position with a 2-4 record, while my opponent Blooper sits at 12th with a 1-5 record. We are currently -8, he's -17. If I want to still make playoffs, I need to basically win 3 games, I think. Otherwise, it's gonna be very hard for me to make playoffs. So, let's have a look at my opponent's team. We start off with Magadiancy, a very hard-hitting Pokemon with Magic Bounce. Magic Bounce is mainly important for bouncing off status moves like Spikes, Stealth Rocks, but also Thunder Wave and Toxic, while still having a 160, I believe, defensive stats, both physical and special, and 110 attacking stats with 110 physical attack and special attack. So something pretty scary. Archeludon, I already know it because I use it in a rain team. Scary Mon, hard to break down with high physical attack, physical defensive stat, and the stamina ability. Mediocre physical or special defense, but with an assault vest can still tank a lot of hits. High special attack stat and a decent physical attack stat, so it can always be a mix attacker. Electroshot is a scary move to face against because it boosts its special attack, and in rain it hits immediately instead of waiting a turn, so very hard to play against. Pelipper, a rain setter for a semi-rain team. He does have some pieces for to use a rain team on, like the Archeludon and the Armaldo. Walrein can somewhat decently be in rain, but that's about it. So Superior can be offensive with contrary leaf storms, but can also be a defensive set with light clay and screens. Leechy, and just be annoying that way. Armaldo, one of his Terra Captains, just like the Superior. Superior is Grass, Fairy, and Stellar. Armaldo is Rock, Water, Steel. Like I said, is one of the Pokemon that can use the rain. It has a decent attack stat, a low 45 speed stat, but with Swift Swim it can double that and can still outspeed a decent portion of Mons. Hard hitting, I would run a Choice Bandit, but that's me. Next up is Weavile, always annoying to face against because of his 125 speed stat. Having both Dark and Ice is annoying because there are very little switch-in that takes not very effective damage from both, and with it having a high attack stat, it can deal some big damage. Great Breaker for Steve. Walrein, a more defensive mon that can just sit on the field and take a lot of hits, rest it off, use Toxic, Stall. I don't really see it being run offensively, but defensively it's still annoying to break down. Gallade, surprisingly enough, not one of his Terra Captains, but still a hard-hitting mon with his new Sharpness ability. Cutting moves like Sacred Sword, Psycho Cut, Night Slash, all that kind of stuff is boosted by Sharpness by a already high attack stat. Either Choice Scarfed or Choice Bandit will be very annoying to deal with in this battle. Charizard, kind of the odd mon there because I don't really like it in regular form on this team, but maybe he brings a special breaker set with couple of coverage moves like Focus Blast or something. Toxtricity, his final Terra Captain with Terra, of course, Electric, Poison and Normal. A Shift Gear and Throat Spray set will be annoying to deal with because there are very little switch into that. So, yeah, have to see how I can deal with that. And last but not least is Licky. He brought it once, it died. Can be a wish passer, I think, but I don't really know much more about it. Didn't really prep for it because it's kind of, yeah, something you don't really bring often, so I don't really expect it. Let's have a look at my team, shall we? First of all, we bring, of course, Juggernaut to Celesteela. I bring this thing very often, I feel like, and it's not without reason because this thing is pretty great. Max defense, max special attack, modest nature, beast boost, 4 in special defense. With this spread I will get special attack boosts, heavy slam, air slash, lead seed, substitute. Why I run heavy slam with a modest nature? Because even with a modest nature, Mega Diancie and Weavile still die to a heavy slam if they are fully offensive. Air slash is decent into a lot of things. Leech and substitutes pretty much wall a lot of things like the Archeludon, the Pelipper. Once I have my sub up, I can lead sheet the damage back, and with Rocky Helmet I can take on physical attackers pretty well because I do residual damage every time they hit me. Number 2 is going to be Loki the Klefki, a bulky attacker and a spike setter. Sorry. Max HP, max special attack for defense, modest nature with Prankster. Leftovers for recovery. Flash Cannon, Draining Kiss, Spikes and Thunder Wave. Yeah, I can't freely Spike or Thunder Wave as long as the Mega Diancie is still around because it will be bounced back, and I don't want the spikes nor the Apera on this thing, so have to be a bit careful. But Flash Cannon is a likely OHKO into Mega Diancie, which is great. So yeah, Mega Diancie is not switching in with fun against this thing. I can take on a lot of things with this spread. There isn't really anything besides Charizard that likes to come in, and I can still Thunder Wave it and cripple it very heavily. Number 3 is going to be Quaquaval the General. Offensive spinner, max attack, 216 speed Jolly and 40 in defense. Moxie for attack boost when I kill something, and I hope I can finally get a Moxie sweep off with General. Close combat, Aqua Step, Rapid Spin knockoff. Yeah, there isn't much I can't hit for at least neutral damage. The Pelipper takes neutral from the knockoff. Yeah, basically everything I can hit for neutrally with this set. So first of all, I can Rapid Spin away hazards, and when things get low I can Aqua Step, kill, and just sweep from there, basically. Next up is going to be a supporter, Vaporeon, aka Rule 34. Max HP, max defense, 8 in special defense, Impish Nature with Water Absorb, and a Leftovers. Flip turn for momentum, Haste to get rid of setup. From for example, the Toxtricity. Not really sure if I'm gonna stay on to that, but who knows. Also on Archeludon can be decent, Superior can be decent. Yeah, not the greatest examples, but still. Swords Dance Weavile is a possibility, Swords Dance Gallade is a possibility, so Wish and Heal Bell for when I accidentally fire off a Thunder Wave into Mega Diancie. If he brings Toxic Wall Rain or just a more defensive Toxtricity, I can he'll belt those away, and with support onto the rest is always very nice. Number 5 is going to be Sandy Shocks the Sandy Cheeks with a Assault Vest, 112 HP, 220, 252 SBF and 144 Speed, Calm Nature and Photosynthesis. This thing is going to be my Toxtricity wall. Sandy Shocks can live any one hit he fires off at me at +1. And Earth Power, Volt Switch, Body Press will hit anything, well, mostly the Earth Power and the Body Press will hit any of his Terra types for at least neutral or super effective, and can really damage it. And I have some other things that can cripple it as well, like Klefki if he's going Terra Normal or Terra Poison. I can Thunder Wave it. Yeah, Earth Power is always an KO if he is Terra Poison or Terra Electric. If he's Terra Normal, I do have the Body Press for that. Other special attackers like Mega Diancie, Archeludon, Charizard. Also don't like taking this on. I have Flash Cannon for the Mega Diancie. Yeah, Toxtricity is a big threat into me, so I really needed a dedicated counter to that, and that's going to be Sandy Cheeks. And last but not least, we have Guzzlord Bussy. First time bringing it after my transaction, and I'm really stoked to use it. He's going to be a physical breaker and a surprise for Diancie. Max attack, max defense for in special defense with a relaxed nature, and yeah, I could run. I am still debating on between Heavy Slam and Durable on this set, because this thing is already very slow, and with relaxed nature I can lower my speed stat even further. But Heavy Slam is also hitting very hard into the Mega Diancie and the wall, the Weavile and such. So not really sure which I'm gonna run yet, but we'll see at the battle. So, Heavy Slam or Gyroball, Earthquake, Rock Slide, Shadow Claw is a great spread. I'm giving it Terra Fairy this week. I could have gone for Terra Steel into the Mega Diancie, and that can be a plan. It's good for the Archeludon as well, but against Gallade with the Sacred Sword I am still getting O-Code, so I need to run Terra Fairy for that. Means I don't really have, I can't really use this thing for the Archeludon, but I do have the Sandy Shocks for that. With the AV I boost my special defense, and with a already naturally high HP stat, this thing is going to be hard to break down. And yeah, I hope I can surprise the Mega Diancie, Terra into Fairy type, Heavy Slam it, and kill it, basically. So, looking at my opponent's team, what do I expect him to bring? Of course the Mega Diancie, because it's a Mega Diancie. Why wouldn't you bring it? I expect Superior, either the offensive or the defensive set. Not really sure which one of those, but we'll see. I expect the Weavile to come because it's a great breaker, just in general. I expect the Toxtricity to come because yeah, it's a great setup sweeper against me. I expect the Pelipper and the Archeludon to come as a pair. Gallade is also a possibility to be brought, but maybe he brings Gallade over Superior, I'm not really sure, but yeah, he doesn't really have much defensive possibilities, especially defensive, so I do think the Superior is coming as a special, or as a just a general, as a bulky set. So yeah, this is going to be the team into the battle. I am going to connect with Blooper, and we will see you at the battle.
Okay, we are here with Blooper. As you can see, this is a post-com. Yeah, I had my game around a little bit after midnight. So yeah, my girlfriend was already in bed, and I yeah, did not didn't want to wake her up. So I decided not to commentate the live battle and just do a post-com. So, looking at his team, he almost brought everything I expected him to bring, except for the Gallade. I did not expect Gallade. What did I expect? He brought Weevil, Megadynasty, Pelipper, Archulodon Superior, and well, I can't remember. But he brought the Armaldo instead of it. Looking at matchup, I think I am pretty solid. And yeah, let's just jump into battle and see what happened. I lead it off with Loki the Klefki, while he started off against Weavile. I had to look up if spikes would be affected by Prankster nerf or not, but because spikes is a hazard setter, hazard status move and not a move directed at a opponent, it was not affected by the dark Prankster nerf, so I could freely click my spikes here while he switched that into Pelipper, fearing a flash cannon or something. Against the Pelipper I fired off a Thunder Wave while he hurricaned. Not much damage, but he did get a confusion, of course. I hit myself in confusion while he defogged the hazards away. I'm not really sure what I went for here. I do believe it was Draining Kiss. And para on the Pelipper is not really relevant. It's nice speed control, so I ensured the outspeeding with the Klefki. But yeah, nothing really something noteworthy. So he switched into his Armaldo. I went for another Spikes layer because I expected to switch. I Thunder Waved to scout what he would do. He clicked knockoff, and 29% with knockoff was a pretty big amount. And according to my calcs, that meant Armaldo was Choice Banded in rain. So something normally pretty scary, but I've already paralyzed it. So even with double speed, with the paralysis, it's just back at neutral speed. So that's pretty nice for me. I lost leftovers there, but not really big. He switched in Diancie while I went for the Draining Kiss, just as a middle ground play. And here he made, I think, a pretty big mistake. He went for Heal Bell on the Diancie, healing the paralysis of his Pelipper and his Armaldo. But with already 34% chip, yeah, against a Steel type with Mega Diancie, not a great plan. So he lost his Mega Diancie pretty early and pretty easily, I believe. So that's great for me, but on the other hand, Guzzlord and Celesteela were a little bit less important now, because I mainly brought Guzzlord as a Celesteela as a superior, which he brought. And Gallade answer, well, no Gallade, so nothing really important there. And Celesteela did great into the Diancie, which is now gone, and Guzzlord was there mainly as a surprise against the Diancie, but I know, it's whatever. He switched into Superior, and he is going to reveal that he is Terra Stellar. Well, I Thunder Wave it, so it's not that fast. Terra Blast. This is a great strat from him, I believe, or I think, because normally Terra Stellar, Terra Blast will lower attack and special attack, but with Mas Contrary, it's boosting it. So great plan on his part, while I have paralyzed it, so it's not all that fast. But even with paralysis, it normally should be faster than Celesteela. But I decided to switch out into the Celesteela because he can't really touch me. Yeah, 30%. is not all that much, so he decided to switch out into Pelipper, while I went for an Air Slash, which did massive damage to the Pelipper. Scald into me, no burn luckily, but I fired off the lead sheet and switched into Vaporeon to take basically any hit, because Hurricane does not do much, as you can see. He U-turned while I threw up a Wish, I believe, here. Yes, while he switched into the Armaldo with U-turn. The Stone Edge, I went for a flip turn, doing massive damage and switching into the Klefki. That is basically back to full health. I knew he was Choice Banded, so he could only use Stone Edge, and I knew with Thunder Wave I could always outspeed it in rain because of Prankster and paralyze that thing again. So I did. He hits the Stone Edge and did pretty big damage, but from this part on, Quaquaval could come in, take a Stone Edge and fire off a Aqua Step, even into Superior, because it's a 2-shot, but I do get a crit. I get a speed boost, I get a Moxie boost, and from this point on, I think this is his biggest misplay, switching in the Pelipper. Why? Because this way he sets Rain, and my Aqua Step does do even more damage. So, I'm not really sure if there's anything he could have done, because at this point, Pelipper is already low at 22%. His Armaldo is at 35% and paralyzed. Weavile and Archeludon are at full health, but with the spikes up, they're either boots and don't take damage but get KO'd from the close combat, or they are focus sash that will be broken by the spikes. So from this point on, you will see the general will be doing big damage into everything, especially with +2 attack. Archeludon will not be able to live a close combat, because yeah, +2 is just high attack. Weavile is boots, so even a Ice Shard does not do that much, and close combat will always kill. And with Armaldo left at low health and lower with half his speed, I can easily click a Aqua Step to finish it off, and Quaquaval gets a 5-month sweep. My first ever Quaquaval sweep, which is pretty nice. And yeah, we win 6-0 from Blooper, so GG to Blooper, of course, as always. I do like a couple of things on his team, like the Terrastellar Superior, which is awesome. The I do think Blooper made a couple of bloopers, letting the Mega Diancie go down that easy. With Mega Diancie there, I couldn't really click Spikes or Thunder Wave, and with him just letting it go just for the heal bell, I think the sacrifice was just too much there. Yeah, setting up the rain. Not sure how much that really mattered, but yeah, at that point I got to +2 with Quaquaval. Maybe Archeludon could have lived a +1 close combat, not sure. But yeah, I positioned myself pretty well to get the Quaquaval sweep there. Yeah, too bad Guzzlord didn't enter the field, because it would have been fun. Same for Sandy Shocks that never even hit the field. So yeah, we are, I think, pretty much back into playoff run with a 3-4 record and a -2 differential right now. So yeah, I think if we can win both matches after this one, maybe we can still make playoffs. We'll see. But yeah, that's the battle. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all next week. Bye!